Proverbs chapter 30 verse 4. Who has ascended into heaven or descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fists? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if you know? Egypt, 200 years before Christ, 72 Hebrew translators are gathered together in Alexandria to translate the books of the biblical Old Testament from the Hebrew language into Greek. This very first translation from the Hebrew text to the Greek language is known as the Septuagint or LXX. In order to help the reader pronounce God's name correctly, they transliterated the Most High's name with the Greek characters iota, alpha, omega, written in Greek, pronounced YAW, YAW. This is a fragment from the Dead Sea Scrolls labeled 4Q120, dated 1st century before Christ, and it represents Leviticus chapter 4, verse 26-28, and we can see the inscription here, YAW, YAW. Let's look into the work of 1st century Greek historian Diodorus of Sicily. He proves the phonetics further. He writes, "And among the Jews, Moses referred his laws to the God who is invoked as YAW, YAW." And there's a footnote here, so if we go down this page, we now see that this pronunciation seems to reflect a Hebrew form, Yahu. So whenever you hear of names such as Netanyahu, it really is to be pronounced YAW, YAW. So in his days, Diodorus would have heard Hebrews calling their God or pleading to their God, YAW, YAW. But what does the name YAW mean? According to Strong's Hebrew 3050, it defines Yah in Psalms 68 verse 4 as YAW phonetically, a short form of Yehovah, which means the self-existent or eternal one. To these days, many people carry the name YAW, and these people can be found on the west coast of the African continent. Let's trace the footstep of the Akan people according to ancient maps.